Hello, good evening and welcome. This is the President's Cup on behalf of the RFL live stream. My name's Dave Parkinson. My cameraman for this evening is Mr. Terry Gorman. It's nice to be here in sunny Rochdale, even though we are on top of the gantry position here at Rochdale Mayfield, where it can be a tad breezy. So if you do hear the wind on the microphone, I can assure you it isn't me. Right, let us get on with the show. So we're starting off 2 games this evening. The first one is Great Britain Police taking on Great Britain Teachers. Should be an intriguing match, this one. The Police, they line up with Ryan Healy at fullback. It's a backline of Phil Town, James Gross, Gaz Jones and Isaac Newey. It's a half-back pairing of Az Lloyd and Ben Hanger. In the front row, it's Josh Greaves, Lewis Ainley and Gaz Burns, with a back row of Chris Stonehall, Cy McAvoy and Ben Marsden, who's the skipper this evening of the Police team. It's a lengthy bench of Tom Gallagher, Matt Davey, Rob Froggatt, Oliver Sterling, John T. Morrissey and Clark Dean. The head coach for the Police tonight is Alex Daniels, assisted by Alex Clemmy. And for the Great Britain Teachers, we're just waiting the arrival of both sides coming out on the field. It's John Aldridge at fullback, Dan Fletcher, Miguel Thomas, Nick Woolley and Adam Schofield in the back line. Halfbacks are Joe Ramsden and Matthew Broxham, with a front row of Mike Stewart, Alfie Knapp, Aidy Gleeson and a back row of Harry Hayes, John Striker, who's the skipper, and loose forward Lee McCarthy. It's a subs bench of Joe Cockshott, Liam Harnell, Tom Joyce and Sam Hardcastle. The coach for the Teachers is Mark Simon, assistant coach Carl Etherington, and we're just awaiting the arrival of both of our sides. So to put a little bit of meat on the bones ahead of this game, if I look at the Teachers come into this on the back of a 46-10 reversal against the England University side, who we'll see a little bit later on taking on UK Armed Forces. The Teachers did get a default victory in the first game because UK Armed Forces were unable to raise a side for that particular one, and the Police come into this one. They've already played 3 games this season. They actually represented the Police in the Challenge Cup, where they went up to Kells and lost by 40 points to 8. Then England Universities defeated Great Britain Police 48-10, and the UK Armed Forces in the last round at Wigan St Jude's were victorious by 40 points to 8. So we've been joined on the field first of all by the Teachers. I think this is all looking resplendent in a brand new kit. Just on this far right side, the big number 8, Mike Stewart, actually played professionally, played down at Gloucestershire. I think he also played for Hemel as well. Ex-Scottish student international as well. He'll be a big presence this evening. Also another one to keep your eye on, Aidy Gleeson in the front row. He's represented Lancashire. He's looking to go on tour a little bit later this year with the Barla touring side that'll be heading over to Fiji. That's a trip of a lifetime for that set of players, that. And the number 1, John Aldridge, plays for Leigh Rugby Union. So the Police side coming out onto the field as well, looking resplendent. And there's our match official as well, Jack Pauline. So as I say, this is going to be a cracking game of rugby, I get the feeling. Just to recap on these sides before we get going, the Police line up with Ryan Healy at fullback. It's Phil Town, James Gross, Gaz Jones and Isaac Noy. In the halfbacks, it's Az Lloyd and Ben Hanger, with Josh Greaves, Lewis Ainley, Gaz Burns, Chris Stonehall, Cy McAvoy and Ben Marsden making up the pack. Tom Gallagher, Matt Davey, Rob Froggatt, Oliver Sterling, John T. Morrison and Clark Dean is the substitute lineup, with the Teachers lining up with John Aldridge, Dan Fletcher, Miguel Thomas, Nick Woolley, Adam Schofield, halfbacks Joe Ramsden and Matthew Broxham, front row of Mike Stewart, Alfie Knapp, Aidy Gleeson, back row of Harry Hayes, John Striker and Lee McCarthy, a bench of Joe Cockshott, Liam Harnell, Tom Joyce and Sam Hardcastle. So we're just seconds away from the start of this game. And it's going to be the police side to get us underway with Lewis Ainsley. We're just awaiting the kicking tee. This always seems to happen at games, doesn't it? Always seems to happen. So if you're just tuning in, my name's Dave Parkinson. I'm bringing you full match commentary this evening. Terry Gorman providing the pictures. And the kicking tee finally arriving for Ainley. So we're not going to be that far away from starting this game off. So the police get us underway. Long kick downfield. Well taken, and Aidy Gleeson to take the first run up for the Teachers. Gets beyond the 10-metre line. Running into dummy half is Alfie Knapp. Knapp will pass to his right-hand side. Good solid surge there from Mike Stewart. That's the type of running that we're coming to expect. 20 metres away from their own try line. Now they're advancing upfield. Good yardage made in this first set. 30 metres gained already in 3 carries. Knapp will shuffle the ball to the left-hand side. Gleeson takes another surge through a dummy. Tell you what, that was big line speed. Big defence there from Gaz Burns. And he's lost the ball as well. So Burns has picked it up for the police. Now he'll play it back on the 40-metre line. Good quick ball movement there. And the number 11, Chris Stonewall, running 25 metres away from the try line. In at dummy half now is Ainley. Ainley moves it left. Long ball out. Solid surge inside that 20-metre line. Ainley runs into dummy half again. He'll pass to his right-hand side to Hanger. Hanger keeps it moving. It's brought all the way across this right-hand side. Little fumble there from Isaac Noy. And I tell you what, if he'd taken that, it would have been interesting because the defence had not quite moved across. He's quite a big fella, isn't he? So he would have made it really interesting down this right-hand side. Isaac Noy wearing 5 this evening. So it's going to be a scrum, 22 metres away from the try line as far as the police are concerned, but head and feed as far as the Teachers are concerned. So Joe Ramsden to put the ball in, taken at the base and passed out, and the run taken in by Aldridge. Aldridge to play this ball. Will he get the opportunity? Yes, he will. Ball passed down the right-hand side. Surge coming in, big tackle coming in over the top by Gaz Burns. Quick play the ball, and it's out on that right-hand side. Little drop-off pass, surging downfield. And that's the number 11, Harry Hayes. Ball comes in field now. Stewart does a twos play with Aidy Gleeson, who gets beyond halfway. Dummy half is Knapp again. Knapp sends it left. Long ball out. This is good movement, excellent movement from the Teachers. Tackled is John Aldridge. He was on the wraparound. He'll play it some 30 metres away from the try line. Oh, it's been spilled on the last there from Joe Ramsden. Disappointing end to that particular set. And our referee, Jack Pauline, rules the turnover. So 0-0 if you're just joining us. This is President's Cup action this evening from Rochdale Mayfield. Run taken in by Josh Greaves to carry the police to the halfway line. Solid tackling in the middle from the Teachers. Little scurrying run forward by Phil Town. Gain about 5 metres, cross field. Now they've straightened it up and we'll go a bit more direct through Chris Stonewall. Stonewall 25 metres away from the try line, out on that left-hand side. They continue going down that flank. Oh, and that pass looked a little suspect there for James Gross and has been spotted by Eagle Eye referee Mr. Pauline. So it's going to be a scrum on the 20-metre line. And I think that's a bit of a let-off, to be honest, from the police. They were actually starting to look very, very interesting moving down that left-hand side. Starting to link play up well. Gaining the yards. Working hard for each other. 0-0 early doors in this one. Been going for about 3 minutes now. 20 metres out from their own try line. The ball will be fed into the scrum by the Teachers, who take possession. Oh, what a break! Break down the middle. It's a fantastic run. Has he got the legs to go all the way? It's a super run by Woolley. Oh, he's just ankle tapped and caught 10 metres shy of the try line. Big defence from the police. Wow. And forced a knock on as well. That was awesome defence then from Gaz Jones. But what about the run from Woolley? Turn back the clock there. Was really legging it upfield. Fantastic run. So that's just an indication of what the Teachers can come up with if you're given the opportunity. Referee just checking everyone's on side before this scrum is fed by Hanger, who's from the Metropolitan Police, all the way up from London this evening for the game. Ball to be played back right in the middle of the field. Ainley takes it left. Big solid run there from Gaz Burns again. He looks like a handful. 30 metres away from his try line down the middle of the field. He'll play it to Ainley. Ainley will send it left. Marsden puts the ball down though. It's been hacked on by Woolley. Tell you what, there's a real charge into the corner there, and he wasn't far off. He wasn't far off there. Was Adam Schofield chasing it. The referee will bring play back from where the original offence took on. And it happened 30 metres away from the try line. But head and feet to the teachers. Another chance for them to try and make some good metres and try and set some good field position as the breeze gets up in our commentary position. If you can hear that, I do apologise. But we'll do our best through the course of the evening. 0-0 here still. Teachers to feed the scrum. Ball comes out. It's with Ramsden. Ramsden then takes the line on himself. He'll play it now. Ball moves to Gleeson, just standing to the right hand side of the ruck. He carries the ball forward 20 metres away from the try line. Fairly solid quick play of the ball to Knapp, who brings it left with the big figure of Lee McCarthy. McCarthy 10 metres shy of that try line. Knapp again scheming. Will he send this ball right? He does. Good work from Broxham to take it wide. Tell you what, they've worked an overlap here. That'll be a fine opening try. Great opening work down that right hand side. Aldridge popping into the line, and then Adam Schofield, the man who finished it off at the corner. 4 points to 0 for the teachers, and I tell you what, they'd learned the lines on that one. Brilliant movement down that right hand side. All started with Broxham putting the pass to the right, Aldridge cutting in from fullback, and then his pass found Adam Schofield, who just dashed in at the corner. We saw a glimpse of his pace before when the ball broke down and it was hacked forward, and he chased after it and nearly got on the end of a touchdown. Well, now he's got one to his name. Going to be Nick Woolley to attempt the conversion. It's not left the centre with an easy kick by any stretch of the imagination, just a couple of metres in from the touchline, but can he make it 6 points to 0 in favour of the teachers? That try coming after 6 minutes, or thereabouts. So Woolley, his face a study of concentration. Looks like a right-footed kicker. Tell you what, it's a nice enough sweep at it, but it's just wide of the post. So the scoreline remains 4 points to 0 in favour of Great Britain teachers. So the police side will come back to the halfway line, looking to place some more pressure on the teachers if they can. There's been couple of mistakes, early handling errors from both teams, some big defence in the middle of the field, and that fine try scored out on the right hand flank. So Lewis Ainley gets underneath that one, sends it long. Tell you what, that took some catching, and now Adi Gleeson will power his way back. I like how he charged Noy. Didn't like the tackle which came his way from Si McAvoy. So now the teachers just working their way out from their own end. Here comes Stewart, big figure of a man, gets rid of one defender, gets rid of a second, eventually goes down to the third tackle, which came his way from Si McAvoy. Delayed pass down this left hand side to John Striker. Striker will play it just shy of the halfway line. Infield it comes to Stewart again. He was twisting and spinning, but that was a solid tackle low down by Gaz Burns. Ball back now with the halfback Broxham. He sent it long, but it's straight down the throat of Ryan Healy. The West Yorkshire force man drives his way beyond the 20 metre line, carries it up towards the 30. That's where he's hounded by three teachers. Across left it's moved. Solid run down that left hand side as well by Gaz Jones. And he's put into touch. That's an excellent defence which headed his way, and he acknowledges his error. Probably ran a little bit too close to the touchline. He was looking like he was making some good metres, but was just overcome in the end by sheer weight of numbers. Toucher's throwing the ball back onto the field and hitting the referee on the head there. 4 points to 0 if you're just joining us, in favour of Great Britain Teachers. It was a try from Adam Schofield after 5.5 minutes. This scrum fed, taken at the base and then fed out for Lee McCarthy, who powers his way forward. Those are 10 hard fought metres down the centre of the ground. Alfie Knapp working dummy half again. Passes left for Ramsden. Ramsden keeps it moving. Out to Thomas. Interesting story about Thomas. He actually played against the England Teachers when they went on tour to Spain. He's ended up coming over here with a job, and this could be a second try. And what a fantastic run through the middle. Mike Stewart going through all comers there, striding through from 20 metres. It'll be 30, it'll be 40, it'll be 50 by the end of the night for the big fella. But he scores the second try of the game for Great Britain Teachers, and he just caught the police out around the ruck. Lovely little movement to the right hand side, and to be fair, there was no stopping Mike Stewart. 8 points to 0 in favour of Great Britain Teachers now. This should leave a relatively straightforward kick at goal, directly in front of the post. I have to admit though, if I was a kicker, I'd be really nervous at trying to get this over. Everybody expects you to get it. Everybody thinks that you can get these over in your carpet slippers. So there's still a bit more pressure on Nick Woolley. He's slightly in front though. Should be 10 points still coming up in the next few seconds. And he's not. Oh my goodness. He's missed it. Poor lad, he's missed it. 8 points to 0. Well, that's why I'm never a goal kicker in the memory of mine either. 8 points to 0. Well, that's a letter for the police. They're still in the game. They should have been trailing by double digits. As it is, it's currently 8 points to 0 at the police trail. Back to the halfway line with Ainley. Lewis Ainley has shown up pretty well over the start of this game. He's also played halfback during this series as well. Just await a ball reaching Ainley. Plonks it on the kicking tee, which means in just a few seconds the ball will probably be 20 metres away from the line again. And what do I know? He's gone short. Ainley goes for it, gets a foot to it, dives on it. Great work from him. Wriggles and rises his way to the 20 metre line. And now the police go forward with Burns. That's a magnificent charge to the 10 metre line. Ainley at dummy half. Options to the right. That's where they bring it. All the way across it comes. And they're going to go in here, aren't they? That's a fine try. A fine try. A brilliant try in the end from Isaac Noy. Did particularly well. Just get on the outside of the defence. And to be fair, he's a big fella. There was nowhere anybody in this ground was going to stop him from scoring. Ended up getting over and plonking it down at the corner. So it's going to leave an interesting conversion attempt, and we get our first opportunity at seeing whether the police have a good goal kicker. Well, I've actually had to step out of the commentary position to make sure that I can see this conversion attempt. I wasn't quite quick enough getting across for the try, so I have to work on movement. As it is though, here is Ainley. It was his ingenious bit of play which ensured possession for the police in the first place. Strikes it with the right boot and it's just across the face of the post. So the scoreline remains Great Britain Police 4, Great Britain Teachers 8. Tell you what, really brought them back into the contest though. Lovely work. It makes me wonder whether they're going to work it down this right hand channel and try and get around the smaller centre on this side. So It'll be Woolley to get us underway. I doubt he's going to dribble it 10 metres upfield, but considering I suggested that the ball would be sent long last time, what do I know? I just wait like everybody else to find out what happens. Woolley looks to his touchline. Takes it long. Oh, it's well taken. And powered out. Excellent run. Superb run. He's broke the line. This is magnificent. Off he goes. Oh, he's hurling his way downfield. He's got 20 metres to go. And that is fantastic by Josh Greaves. It's 15 metres out from the try line. They've won a penalty here. Now police holding down. Just engaging the marker. Engaging again. Attack taken by Ainley. Run taken down that left hand side. Tell you what, it's a good run as well. He's virtually got to the try line.